So we weren't messing around. We hightailed it out of there. We thought there was a chance that we could be killed by this rhino. Hi everyone, it's story time, and I want to tell you about a very special black rhino that I met many years ago in Kenya at Lewa Wildlife Conservancy. And his name was Elvis.
Thank you very much.
No, not that Elvis. Elvis was an orphan rhino that a few years ago needed some help growing up because he lost his mom. And Lewa is very good at protecting the rhinos on their conservancy, but every once in a while, if they end up with a rhino that's orphaned, they do a very good job raising that rhino with their rangers there until it's old enough to go out on his own. So Elvis was hand raised, but he was old enough to be out on his own, which is great, but he was still comfortable enough around people where he hung out at the research center there on the wildlife grounds, which means he would kind of encroach on the area and get really close to people, which he was very comfortable around us, but I don't think he realized he was a one-ton animal. He was huge, so if he got too close and tried to get too affectionate, can become very dangerous. So when we would see Elvis coming our way, we would admire from a safe distance and try to get behind a wall or in a building and look through a window, and maybe we can pet or interact him through a window, but we don't want to be directly in front of him just for safety reasons. So during our stay there, one of our guides' name was David. David was a Maasai warrior and a Kenyan native, and he took people out on tours and on safaris, and he was amazing. He could spot the smallest animal at the greatest distance. He could see everything around him. We would joke that he could see a tick off the backside of a gazelle from 100 yards away. He was amazing. So one day we went on a walking safari with David as our guide. And he had his firearm as a precaution, just to be safe. And we didn't walk too far. We're still in the area where we're staying. But me and David and my wife and another couple that was with us, the five of us went on a little walking safari. We saw some primates, some giraffes, some gazelles, some amazing African creatures. And then at one point, David was in the lead. He stopped us because he looked ahead and he saw a black rhino resting in the shade of a tree. Now, because of where we were, we assumed that must be Elvis. So David just held up his hands and went, "Elvis!" And this rhino jumped up on his feet and looked towards us. And just at that second, David waved his hands, waving us back, telling us to move, saying, "Not Elvis." So this was a different black rhino. Now, Elvis was cool, but any other black rhino would have the instinct to possibly defend his territory and charge at us. So we weren't messing around. We hightailed it out of there. We thought there was a chance that we could be killed by this rhino. So it was quite funny afterwards, but at the time we thought we were in imminent danger. And one of the inside jokes for the rest of the trip was "Not Elvis" whenever we saw a rhino. Elvis was a cool rhino. All the rhinos were cool, but Elvis is the only one we kind of felt somewhat safe around, but you don't want to accidentally bump into another black rhino in that area. So that is my story of Elvis. I hope you enjoyed it. I am still in the process of collecting donations for the Rhino Conservation Challenge, so please help me out. Click on the link, make a donation, help me and my family win a trip to South Africa. I would really appreciate it. Got more stories coming soon. Hope you enjoy. Bye.